What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button so you can get more of my consistent videos, and hit the bell so you get an alert every time I drop something new. If you get some value from this video, be sure to hit the like button before you go. Now let's go ahead and get into it. Today I want to present to y'all this video that I just got hip to. Apparently, a member of the Boogaloo Boys, this is one of the leading members of the Michigan chapter, he recently went to the Michigan state capitol and made this announcement calling for unity between the Boogaloo Boys, which is a suspected white supremacist group and self-proclaimed anarchist group, and he wants unity with Black Lives Matter, Antifa, and others. So I'm going to play this clip, and I'm going to come back with some of my thoughts. Check it out.
Antifa, Boogaloo, and right-wing militias, they are the antibodies, not the disease that is destroying our country. The disease is a country run by two corrupt political parties that do not care about you. So deeply incestuous with corporations that they are indistinguishable from each other. A government that spent 6 months debating whether to give their own people $600, but only 24 hours to unanimously agree to give billions of dollars to foreign tyrannical governments and corporations. A government that has bombed villages overseas my entire life for my supposed safety here. This is a call for unity. For all of American people that realize the true threat against us to come together. For every mother mourning her children that was killed by police. For every business crushed down by state lockdowns. For every broken soldier sent to fight wars that have no point. This is our last chance to avoid either a tyrannical government or a bloody and pointless civil war among American people who do not have that much against each other and have more in common than they realize. And a message to the government: we come in peace. We do not intend to commit violence, but I am pleading with you, with tears in my eyes and cracks in my voice. If you continue to oppress the American people, they will remain rational no longer. Thank you.
What do you mean by that?
Okay, so let's break this down a little bit. First off, he starts his speech by addressing Antifa, BLM, Boogaloo, and right-wing militias. So first of all, we have to think about who these people are. Antifa stands for anti-fascist. Right-wing militias are suspected white supremacists. Most of them are white supremacists, and they really do not like Antifa. They think of Antifa, or the anti-fascists, as white people who support Black people and Black Lives Matter. Antifa, in the minds of most white supremacists, are nigger lovers, the people that like Black people. In the mind of a white supremacist, that's who Antifa is. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter is a code word for all Black people. Right-wing militias do not know, right-wing militias, being suspected white supremacists, do not know all the individual Black groups. They don't know about the Hebrew Israelites. They don't know about the Comedics. They don't know about the different the Muslims. They don't know about the different Black organizations that we have. So an umbrella term for all the Black activists is Black Lives Matter. So you have the nigger lovers, Antifa, Black Lives Matter, all Black activists, and Boogaloo Boys. Who are the Boogaloo Boys? The Boogaloo Boys are anarchists, basically. They are suspected white supremacists who believe that the United States government has been corrupted and is now run by fascist oligarchy, and believe that there is a tyranny of the government oppressing all people, whether they be Black or white. They believe that the only way to fix our broken system, our broken government, is through some type of revolution, some type of civil war, and or some type of anarchy. We're going to get more into that in a bit. Who are the right-wingers? The right-wing militias are also suspected white supremacists. The vast majority of them are white supremacists who believe that their country, America, is being taken away from them, flooded by immigrants, flooded by Black people, ADOS, that's me, and people of color. People of color. I hate that term, but this is the ideology of most right-wing militias. Okay, so now that we know the groups of people that they're calling for unity between, let's think about why they're calling for unity. Now, in a video that I recently made concerning the protests in Washington, D.C., the protests on Capitol Hill, I said that I support the protesters on Capitol Hill. Now, with that being said, I did not, and you can go back and watch the video. I'm going to put a card here. You can watch and see I did not and do not support the protest, the violent insurrection that happened on Capitol Hill. I want to be clear about that. However, I do support the people who had the heart to get into the streets and express their views, express the way that they're feeling, because I believe that type of spirit is going to be needed in the days, weeks, months, and years ahead. I believe, similar to some Boogaloo Boys, that some type of revolution is going to be necessary in the not too distant future in order to ensure a free society. I believe that the government at some point in the not too distant future is going to try to curtail all of our freedoms. And I believe that this is going to take place under the guise of safety. There's constitutionally always been an argument between the balance of safety and freedom. At what point do we need to sacrifice our freedom in the name of safety? I believe that this balance is going to cause some type of revolution. I believe the government is going to say we must give up our freedoms. We must all take a vaccine. We must all take the mark of the beast in the name of safety over the name of freedom. So in this perspective, under this umbrella, I would tend to agree with the Boogaloo Boys. However, as an organization, I do not support the Boogaloo Boys because I do believe that they are mostly made up of suspected white supremacists. Although I believe they are made up with mostly white supremacists, I do believe we can align in some ways and under some circumstances for a mutual cause. And that cause is freedom. In my video, like I said before on Capitol Hill, I said that we are going to need fighters and we're going to need some type of unity. It's not going to be a black or white thing. It's going to be, are you going to take the mark of the beast or aren't you? Biblically speaking, I am supported by this. Biblically speaking, it doesn't say black people will have to take the mark of the beast in order to buy or sell. It doesn't say white people will have to take the mark of the beast in order to buy or sell. It says all men, free or bond, big or small, will have to take the mark of the beast 666 in order to buy or sell. And under this circumstance, I believe that black people and white people, Boogaloo Boys and Black Lives Matter, are going to have to unify in order to fight or at least stall this type of future from coming about. With that being said, let's talk about why he's calling for this unity. Okay? To be clear and to be fair, the Boogaloo Boys were marching with Black Lives Matter in the summer of 2020. They did somewhat, to some extent, support George Floyd protests, and a lot of black people did not appreciate or did not welcome this type of support from the Boogaloo Boys because we thought they were infiltrating our movement. And to an extent, I would tend to agree with our black leaders on this issue or on this topic. I believe that the Boogaloo Boys are trying to infiltrate Black Lives Matter and our protests because they are anarchists. So anyone who wants to fight against the government, they are going to support them in an effort to push for anarchy and to push for civil war. I myself am not an anarchist. I myself do not believe that civil war would be a welcome thing. It would not be fun. It would be very violent. And it would be Americans killing Americans, which I am not in support of at all whatsoever. I want to be very clear about this. I am not an anarchist. I do not believe in civil war. However, I believe that whether we like it or not, civil war will come. I believe that whether we like it or not, the United States is on the decline. And if we want America to ever be great again, if we ever want America to be great, we are going to have some type of revolution or some type of reform at the least. Now, here's where I part from the Boogaloo Boys. The Boogaloo Boys believe that the only way for America to get fixed or to become great again is through violent revolution and through anarchy. I disagree. I believe that if anything history has taught us, the threat of revolution can be a great impetus for change. It can be a great catalyst for change. I think about the 60s. I think about the synergy that Martin Luther King and Malcolm X had. Malcolm X, in this case, would be similar to the Boogaloo Boys, the threat of revolution, the threat of anarchy. Whereas Martin Luther King and the reformists would be what I would support as far as a solution to current civil and political issues. I believe we are going to need some type of civil reform. And I think that the threat of anarchy and the threat of revolution can be enough to fix many of our problems. This is where Boogaloo Boys and I can work together and align. Do I believe in anarchy? No. Do I believe in civil war? No. However, just like I said before, the threat of anarchy, the threat of revolutionary warfare can push and motivate politicians to accept some of the more benign suggestions and demands of reformists. So, why do I bring this up? I make one video a week, maybe two or three, but every week you're guaranteed one solid video. Why should I waste this whole week's video on this topic? I'm glad you asked. Today I wanted to talk about the unity between the left and the right. Okay? Let me put it to you like this. I named this channel I Think Black Diplomat for a reason. Before I go into that, I might be changing the name of this channel, just a heads up. When I come back to America in the not too distant future, I will be changing the name of this channel. But originally, I made this channel called I Think Black Diplomat for a reason. Reason number one, I'm just giving my thoughts. You can see in my hands, I'm not reading notes. This is not scripted. This is all off the top of my head. I'm just telling you what I think. The black part, I'm clearly black. I got black hair, black natural hair. This is real. I'm black first. I think about black issues. But I'm still a diplomat. Where does the diplomat come in? Well, I'm from America. I believe America is the greatest country in the world. But I live in China. I've got ties to China. I have friends here in China. I've got connections in China. I've also got connections in Africa. I've been to Africa. Multiple countries in Africa. I've got ties and connections in Africa. And I went to school in Hawaii. Hawaii is the most diverse state in all of the United States. I'm not racist against white people. I have no issues with white people. I understand the problem and the issues with racism, white supremacy. However, white people as a whole, I am not racist against. I have white people in my family and it's all love. I don't think about, some black people think, oh, the white people are the devil. I don't think like that. I don't think black white people are the devil. I think we're going to find out who's going to support the devil soon enough. So there's no need to paint all white people with this racist brush. I don't believe that to be the case. So I liked this topic when I saw this video from this Boogaloo boy who most would consider a suspected white supremacist. I liked what he had to say because it was a call for unity. All of Americans, the majority of Americans, are feeling pain right now. The coronavirus has really exposed how the United States government does not care about its people. Just like the man said, they had no problem passing trillions of dollars of stimulus for major corporations like Boeing and these banking systems. No problem giving them $1 trillion a day. However, to give the American people whose businesses they shut down, who are out of work, it took a year to get what? A $1,200 stimulus? And now we're still waiting and we're still fighting to get a new $2,000 stimulus? And this money is not coming from the government, it's coming from our own taxes. So they can give billions on top of trillions of dollars to major corporations and banks, but they leave the people oppressed? Only unity can solve these type of problems. Unity between both blacks and whites. And that's where the diplomacy comes in. I believe unity is going to be very necessary in the not too distant future, especially when we come into the time and the age of the mark of the beast. So, although I will be changing the channel name, and y'all check out for that, what y'all wait for that. I got a lot of things in the works, but I like this video because I felt I could use it as a primer. I want to prime my videos, or prime my viewers rather, to understand that I myself am not racist against white people. I believe we need more unity between the races. And not only that, but I want to use this video to encourage you not to think about the clash between blacks and whites. I know a lot of times, especially these days, it's cool and it's popular to look at all the police brutality issues and the Karens out in the world and say, look at these white people, they're going crazy. Look at these protesters, they're, rising up against the government. I don't want you to think about our issues in terms of black and white all the time. Okay? Racism, white supremacy is the biggest problem in the world as far as I'm concerned. However, all white people are not racist or white supremacists. I think we need more unity between the races, and I think that this video of a suspected white supremacist calling for unity with Black Lives Matter, umbrella term for black people, and Antifa, an umbrella term for nigger lovers, I think this is a great opportunity and just a great clip to further express this point. What the world needs now is love. However, what you need now is self-defense. Get your guns up, get your bullets up, and wait on it. I got a lot of big things coming in the future. I'm excited, man. I'm telling you now, I'm excited. You don't even know what I got planned for 2021. But if you come back and watch every week, you'll soon find out. Trust me, I got some big things coming. All right? That's going to be it for today's video. Be sure to hit the like button if you got some value out of the video. Be sure to hit the subscribe button if you like the video, if you like the type of content that I'm posting, and hit the bell so you can get an alert every time I drop a video so you won't have to forget, hey, what happened to that guy Lou? What happened to I think? Just hit the bell so you get an alert every time I drop a video. All right? Peace. Because that's what I think.